Let's say you move overseas and you have plans to improve your life, to get a better life, you're ambitious overall. And somehow you meet people off your home country in this country you moved to overseas. And there is going to come a point, if you're ambitious, there is going to come a point where your perspective towards life, towards things you want to do is completely different than your buddies, than your friends, than your, relatives or whoever. Because if you're ambitious, you want to do things at a different level. I'm not going to give you some vague advice of motivation and that's it. No, practicality matters. This channel, my videos are all about strategic approach towards things you want to do in life and practically getting the result you want. Now, anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that there is going to come a point where you're going to have a completely different perspective than your buddies and your friends and your relatives. All right, it is going to happen. And first of all, you have to acknowledge the fact that that point is going to come in life eventually. Even if it's not now, it is going to come if you're ambitious. Because look, most of the people, and this comes from no negativity from my end, all right? I'm completely fine with people taking the traditional route. You want to go to university, you want to get a job after, you want to work at a job which you like, in fact, for a few decades, and then you want to retire. Sure, that's a comfortable life. You're going to have a family, you're going to have a house, you're going to have some savings. Cool. You're going to have retirement pay coming in after retirement. Completely comfortable life. All right. And no hate towards this, because that's the traditional route. People have been successful and comfortable at the same time doing this. But on the other hand, if you're ambitious, your perspective towards life and towards things is completely different than these people who want to take the traditional route. But mind you, you don't need to have unreal expectations from yourself, because practicality, like I said, matters a lot. You need to have that strategic approach towards where you want to head. What do you want to achieve? Because everybody can set goals, my friend. Everybody can say that, oh, by the end of this year, I'm going to have $1 billion. And you ask them about the plan. Oh, I pray. Sure, depend on the Almighty with the result. But the work, you got to put it in, my friend. You got to do it. Results, sure, whatever happens, happens. But the work should be capable enough for you to get that result. Results, leave it on the Almighty. And your intention should be clear enough that you need that. And your actions should be, dedicated towards it in a way that, people and even yourself, you see that, you're putting in the work in a way that, you're going to reach that point eventually. Your inner self knows where you're heading, my friend. Even if you want to pretend, no, I'm putting in the work, I'm ambitious, I've got these plans, I want to do this, I want to do this. The inner you knows if you're putting in the work the right way, which is going to get you to that point in life or not. This is going to sound harsh, but most of the people are not putting in the work that's required for them to reach a point where they want to be in life. And myself, I don't believe I'm putting in the work which is required where I want to reach in life. I'm increasing my volume of work as well. I'm not here to say that, oh, I'm putting in the work more than everybody because I want to reach my goals faster. I want to reach there 100%. It's a graph, my friend. You go up and down. But it's not going to be a smooth hike up there. Oh, you started here, you end there, and it's going to be a straight line. No. There are going to be points where you're going to, have some delay, have some downfalls, but eventually you're going to get up to a point where you want to be in life. But you have to pay attention to this factor in life, which in fact has to be the topmost, I'd say, priority in life. Because if you want to reach a point in life and you haven't reached there yet, that has to be the highest priority. It's not just for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, for everybody around you. Now, like I was saying, you don't need to pay any attention to any negativity coming your way. Because traditional route, sure, take it. But if you're ambitious, it is going to be different. And you need to acknowledge the fact, again, you need to be fine with people having negative feelings about you at this point. Because, no matter how close or how, interactive you were when, you both had same perspective, same view about things. And now you're different. And those people are going to start hating on you at some point. And you don't need to be shocked that, oh, I never thought that guy was going to hate on me. Oh, I never thought these people were going to hate on me. It is going to happen, my friend. It is going to happen. And it's the harsh reality that you are going to lose some people. All right. Lose in the sense, not completely, but you're not going to have the same connection that you used to have with those people because your perspective towards life is different. And on a long enough time frame, you getting that, if you're putting in enough work, which is worthy enough for you to get the result what you want, which is completely foreign to your buddies, to your relatives, or whoever, you're going to get the result you wanted eventually. And that improvement in your life is going to trigger them that, oh, this guy took a different route, but still he made it. It is going to happen. And it's the reality of the world. It is going to happen at some point. But all you have to do is head in the direction which you want. We all have that time. We have that clock. That clock's ticking. And you're not going to get any bonus time that, you could replay some years in life and do better. 1 year is done. It's done. 2 years done. That's done. That's not going to come back. And you have to make sure every single day, every single month, every single year, whatever, how short of a time frame or how vast a time frame, you need to make sure that your dedication towards the thing you need in life is consistent. Consistency, practicality, strategy. These three things in life, it's over. No matter what you want to do. All you have to do is these three things. This combination is going to change everything in life. That's it.